Stu is playing with Tommy using his toy fish as a puppet. The fun time is interrupted when Lou comes in with a newspaper similar to the Enquirer. Lou shows Stu, Dee Dee, and Tommy a story on one of the pages about a family that has been abducted by aliens and taken as prisoners for 15 million years, which was 12 seconds in Earth time. Stu and Dee Dee don't believe the story. Stu puts Tommy to bed, giving him the toy fish. Lou still believes about the aliens' existence, saying they can suck them out of their bedrooms. After the conversation, Tommy goes to sleep and gets a surprise when he sees a pair of binoculars are not of this Earth peering through his window. Tommy gets teleported out of his bedroom by a beam of light produced from a flying saucer. Two aliens, Stuvon and Didor, who look and sound like Stu and Dee Dee, greet Tommy, despite thinking that humans can't talk because they're inferior beings. A robot that looks and sounds like Lou takes Tommy to the saucer's holding chamber after telling Stuvon that humans are smarter than he thinks. After Tommy gets dropped in the holding chamber, where Chucky, Phil, Lil, and Angelica are, he asks what they were doing. Chucky answers that he was lying in his crib. The next thing he knew, he was in this weird playpen, referring to the holding chamber. Lil asks Tommy who those funny-looking grown-ups are. Tommy answers that they were aliens trying to take over the world. Angelica agrees, then says that they need to find a way to escape. Stuvon shows Didor his planet atomizer, giving a demonstration by blowing up an asteroid. Didor thinks it's a bit dangerous, but Stuvon says that she has nothing to worry about, adding that she can turn down the power and use it to knock out walls while redecorating. Angelica's amazed at the device's demonstration, asks Stuvon if she can play with the TV changer. Stuvon, surprised that she can talk, communicates with her, saying that the planet atomizer is far too dangerous for a being of inferior intelligence. Angelica, unimpressed, steps on Stuvon's bare foot through a small opening and seizes the atomizer. Once it's in her possession, she blows a hole into the holding chamber and escapes with the atomizer. Stuvon, Dieter, and the robot chase her while the forgotten babies follow her out of the chamber. Down a hall of chambers, Angelica blows open a door to a prison room, which she thinks is filled with aminals. A voice gets her attention, which belongs to a talking fish that looks like Tommy's fish toy, wearing a top hat and holding a camera around its neck. The fish asks who Angelica is, then introduces himself as Sobledo Federisks, also known as George, from the planet Fishioka. He tells Angelica that it'll be on the menu for tomorrow night's alien dinner unless she helps him escape. Angelica asks George to name his price, responding that he'll make Angelica queen of her very own planet in exchange for helping him escape. Stuvon and Didor's ship, knowing what this will mean to her, Angelica agrees to help him escape. Stuvon, Dieter, and the robot track down Angelica, but a quick-thinking George turns off the gravity. The prisoners make their escape by swimming through the now weightless spaceship. Elsewhere, Tommy and the other babies find floating to be fun. The robot turns the gravity back on, allowing Stuvon and Dieter to continue the pursuit of the escapees. George and Angelica find a shelter in a garage with shuttlecrafts. They steal one, successfully fleeing the alien mothership. This disappoints Stuvon, Dieter, and the robot, leaving them to find the other Earthlings. Angelica and George are busy destroying planets with the planet Atomizer. Suddenly, George asks if he can take a picture of Angelica wearing Queen armament so he can remember this moment. However, George directs Angelica onto the transporter pad and then activates it, beaming Angelica down to a desert world. George has a laugh at Angelica before flying off to Fishioka by himself. The babies find the main control room, thinking the controls are toys. Tommy presses a button that rapidly spins the mothership around and speeds off through the galaxy. Stuvon, Dieter, and the robot attempt to capture the babies and regain control of the ship, but it's too late as they're about to fly into the sun. At that moment, Tommy sits up in his crib with a gasp and realizes it was just a dream. He's silently relieved to be home, safe and without any alien spaceships lurking within the neighborhood. With a smile, Tommy gazes up at the night sky, and Queen Angelica's on the desert world, digging for food with her Cynthia doll, which is probably a dream Angelica had as well. While shopping at the grocery store, Grandpa Lou places Tommy in an old Duesenberg car to imitate his old days as a private eye. However, the car is driven away by a butler named Max, and Tommy is taken away to a mansion occupied by two crazy sisters named Emma and Clarice Pendragon. The sisters believe Tommy has been brought to them as their rightful heir to their dead father's legacy, and they decide to raise him under the name Bostwick. As Tommy tries to escape, he befriends a parrot. The parrot ends up giving away their hiding place to the sisters. Luke questions employees of the grocery store and other nearby stores. While they initially find him suspicious, they eventually give Lou enough information that he finds his way to the Pendragon's estate, which is called Grey Gardens. After some persuading, the sisters believe Tommy is really Lou's grandson, and bid farewell to Bostwick, which shows Lou a snobbish pose followed by a mischievous smile, indicating he liked being upper class for a while.